The right to offend is not some pesky little part of freedom of speech that we have to put up with. It is the heart and soul and lungs of freedom of speech. It is the coursing lifeblood of human progress. It is the instigator of liberty and modernity and science and understanding. What a laughing stock today's student leaders are, that they can so casually dismiss the right to be offensive without realizing that their lovely, enlightened lives are the gift of individuals who gave offense. Offensiveness is not just something we have to begrudgingly accept. Offensiveness is the motor of human progress.
Now broadcasting from the Right to Offend Media Studios in sunny South Florida, bringing you the latest in politics, current events, art, and pop culture. This is the Whitfield Report Live with Sam Whitfield.
But giving offense is good. In fact, it's essential.
And giving offense is essential, ladies and gentlemen. Greetings to you from across the fruited plain, to you music lovers, thrill seekers, and conversationalists, as Rush used to like to say. I am your host, Sam Whitfield, broadcasting at Right to Offend Media Studios, joined as
a
always,
little less than sunny South Florida this week. I hear it's a little nippy down there.
Yeah, well, things are warming up, but
degrees.
you know,
Hey, let us have our fun because this is normal for us, and y'all freaked out.
things are getting better here, though. So
I walked my son to school, and it was 8 degrees last week, Sam. So it's hard to feel particularly bad for Floridians, but
yeah,
you know, look, best advice I give you:
violin out for you.
yeah, drive slow, and you'll be fine.
well, you laugh, but that is one thing I actually did have to deal with a lot in Colorado. Was especially with my wheelchair was people don't think.
Access.
Yeah, people don't. Well, people don't think of this, but like I actually had to be taught. I actually had to be careful with my manual wheelchair to be like careful on sidewalks, because if there was ice on the sidewalks,
No traction on them wheels would suck. Yeah.
yeah. Well, and sometimes you can spin out, and
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm not saying I hurt myself, but like in all seriousness, a kid I knew who did once hurt himself pretty bad. So
You gotta be careful to the cripples out there. You gotta be careful.
you know what
And a little bit of trivia, at least for up here in New York State, somebody like Sam and I can actually get pulled over for drunken driving in a manual wheelchair.
Dude, that would be hilarious, to be fair.
well thank God that rule doesn't apply in Florida. So
I bet. Yeah. You'd be in a lot of trouble, huh?
yeah, well, not anymore. I'm
I could understand drunk in public or something, some bullshit like that, but I can legitimately get a DUI.
Yeah, they do it for like lawnmowers now too, right? In some states, and it's like,
they
come on.
Yeah, they do it. Well, they do it for lawnmowers here too in Florida, but like for the riding ones, but like I can kind of understand it because like I've seen people on their lawnmowers here during the summer. I kid you not, like some of the most redneck stuff ever. It's great, but some of the guys here like will ride lawnmowers like to the store.
To the liquor store. Yeah, I I don't see the problem.
I don't see the problem either.
That thing does not go fast enough. And it is not big enough to like really cause that serious of a problem to equate to a DUI charge, in my opinion. Like like Mort said, a lesser charge I could see, but
bureaucrats like to make law, useless laws.
I'm opposed to the seatbelt mandate myself. I don't understand the point, but
Max, you have a son. Don't you want him to be safe? If he doesn't wear a seatbelt, he could go like flying through the car when
he does. I'm just saying, why does the law have to have a say in that?
No, I know. I'm just playing the obnoxious, won't someone think of the children?
The obnoxious contrarian.
Yeah, I don't know. I just it doesn't apply to children though, right? It applies to fully grown adults.
Well, yeah, but
if you're older than 16 in a car and not wearing a seatbelt, they give you a ticket. I think that's retarded.
Yeah, no, I again, like I think we all agree, but again, we're not.
You are
I'm just playing it out. A lot of people don't even think about this, right? But like seatbelt laws, they're like, oh, it's for people's safety. Well, you're gonna force their safety, like, because the thing about it too is a fine. Most people, oh, it's a fine, it's no big deal. But like a fine is like punitive. You know what I mean? You're being punished for making a choice as a grown adult about your own safety.
You know what I don't get? This is a really controversial one now, but I've never understood, like, I guess in most places it's like a city ordinance. Mostly, but I do know in some states it actually is like a state fine, but I don't get the fines for littering. And the reason being is just because sometimes you're in an area where you
Sam's gonna defend littering now, ladies and gentlemen, live on the Whitfield Report.
Where sometimes the trash can is full, so
that happens. Yeah.
What are you supposed to do? And like,
that was not where I thought that was going.
You just toss it where it lies, man. That's fine. The answer, by the way, to why there's a fine for littering is because they hire criminals and they pay them to pick it up. This is true. Or if it's not criminals, then it's like employees of like the parks department or something. And so, yeah, the reason that they fine you for littering is because somebody else picks it up.
So in effect, like I'm theoretically like employing someone.
Yes, you are definitely semi, because like the thing about that is they don't actually get paid in dollars. They get paid in not having to pay the state the dollars that they owe to them.
They get paid in good boy hours.
Yeah, they get paid in good boy. There's no cash involved.
I mean, look, I don't, littering isn't great, but like I feel like imposing a
only the strong moral stands here from Sam tonight. Littering isn't great. I'm gonna.
Are we gonna have to get Greta Thunberg on Sam's ass?
I just feel like that's one of the things, like littering is bad because of the environment, right? But like,
No, littering is bad because then your town is full of trash. It's not the environment. It's like you're gonna have to step on it. You know what I mean?
Well, but like, if you live in like, Sam, there's a reason why we make fun of San Diego's poop patrol.
Yeah. Now, no, don't get me wrong, Sam. Like, littering, if you're out camping, is maybe a different thing, but they don't usually fine you for that, although they could.
I feel like that's more justifiable, though, honestly. Like,
right, but it's also like that would be affecting the environment, so to speak. If you're talking about like an average city or town in America, you're basically just fucking it up mostly for the other people there rather than the wildlife.
Yeah.
Like, if you litter in New York City, who are you fucking it up for? Not the animal.
Yeah, it's not they're what animals? The fucking crocs under the fucking sewers or something?
Well,
They barely even have pigeons in New York anymore since all these immigrants came for some strange reason.
Are people eating the pigeons, Max?
No one would ever eat the pigeons, Sam.
Allegedly the illegals.
Yeah, but no one would ever. Illegals definitely wouldn't eat pigeons.
You know, like that's actually like.
It's not like in their country it's a bird and it's meat, right? It's different, you know. No one would do that. They are very civilized, Sam. How dare you?
Well, yeah, but
they're more civilized than you and I, Sam, obviously.
Oh, well, speaking of, Max, this actually kind of, this brings me to kind of like our first, I don't know if we want to call it like story, but, did any of you see the cover of New York Magazine this week?
Why would I see that?
Well, you wouldn't because you're in Massachusetts.
The New Yorker didn't even see that.
Yeah, I don't think most New Yorkers look at that crap either. That's the one, like, they were only ever known for like shitty cartoons.
Yeah, well, fair enough. Anyway, though, since no one has seen it, I got a good laugh out of this just because, since
really upper class virtue signally leftists probably read it religiously, though. Are you muted? I don't hear you, Sam.
I hear Max.
Yeah, I thought it was me.
So did I.
But it's not. It's Sam. He's been banished to the negative zone. And that's for his crimes against the universal superhero community.
That's for his crimes of littering.
Yeah, I'm serious. Like, he's been littering. We need to push him into the negative zone, and there he is. Pretty soon, the little bubble with his face in it is just going to shatter and spin off into space. Oh, man, he broke the ritual. Now we'll never banish him to the negative zone.
Well, I'm unbannable, but,
I don't know, Sam. Littering?
Me.
Like, I don't even know you anymore, man.
Oh, yeah. This is the guy who's smoking right now. You know, that's
what's
another
the problem with that?
Because you're gonna ruin your lungs, Max, and oh my god.
Those are mine. You're putting it all over town for some asshole to pick up on his fucking community service. No.
You're gonna ruin your nice Trump flag, there, Max.
This is Sam. This is your supervillain heel turn. You know, he's a litterer. We never knew. Kind of ashamed, to be honest.
Really, out of everything. I mean, it's not.
You guys were listening to the show the other night, huh?
You know what? That is actually a more like.
My wife stopped me when I was talking about strangling soy boys, Sam.
I can hear, like, emming you, but you know what, like, me hypothetically littering, that's less of an offense to the left than dressing nice, apparently, according to the cover of New York Magazine.
Speaking of litter, make sure to throw your copy of New York Magazine into the garbage.
Yeah. So,
make sure to recycle that shit.
Oh, well, more. It's not even worth recycling, buddy.
Yeah. Are you gonna want to print something on this crap?
So, for those watching, you guys can see this, but I just want you to see this cover. New York Magazine, The Cruel Kids Table, outright with the young right as they contemplate as they contemplate cultural domination. Now, yeah, totally based. Now, I want you to, I didn't read the article. No one has because it's,
Oh God, Sam, young people are dressing in a more traditionally fucking attractive manner. They're not, my God, dyeing their hair green. They're not, my God, tattooing their faces up. They're not, my God, wearing just whatever crap because this is a high class event. So they have suits and ties and nice dresses on. This is the worst thing ever, Sam.
It really is, Max. But like, like the blue collared folks aren't any better because they've been going after like people who wear Carhartts and
Oh yeah, pretty much anything that didn't bow before them the last 5 to 10 years.
Even like
polo shirts, right?
Yeah. So,
by the way, we need to not let like Nazis have polo shirts just because they wear them in public. First of all, those are feds. That's why they're wearing polo shirts. It's already part of the uniform. Second of all, polo shirts have nothing to do with Nazis, even if they decide to all wear them.
Right.
We need to stop that. They just look nice. It's like a dress casual. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, when it gets really hot, when it gets really hot here in the summer, do you think I want to be wearing like a button down?
No, Sam, you need 3-piece Armani suit at all times in every climate. No, but they dress up nice to go to this. It's a gala, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
What are they supposed to dress like? What is this? Smashing Pumpkins concert? Is that what they're supposed to dress like? No, obviously. Also, like if you're young and you're on the right, part of the reason is, and this is almost universal, young people on the right are disgusted by the left culture, the culture that is default in their schools, that is default in their social institutions. When they go out, when they try to date, they have to deal with this fucking culture. And so they've developed their own culture, which is looking back to the opposite of that. If they're disgusted by the green hair, they're disgusted by the tattoos and the dressing a certain way that the left likes to do. Well, the only real answer to that is to take pride in your appearance, dress up real nice. That's what they're doing. If you're gonna punish kids for this, then you're the dumbest person I've ever seen.
Well, that's what they're basically. That's basically what they're going for, Max. They can't complain about Trump anymore because he's won. So what are they going to do now? Literally they have to print stories like this.
Well, it's the only way they're going to survive the next 4 years is to feed off of the. Hey, Sam, remember before the election, right? Leading up to it, I was talking about hearing Blue Anons, and then after the election, and they were saying he couldn't win because he's a felon, and then he was going to go to jail. He's never going to get inaugurated. January 6th, they're never going to serve him. What happened to Blue Anon? What's their cope now? Is he not the real president anymore?
Well, you're the one who follows like Blue Anon more than
I haven't heard from them, man.
Well,
it's interesting that they just fell off the face of the earth the last week.
Well, hold on though, Max. I know QAnon was, is a bit out there, but I at least got to give it to the QAnoners that even after Biden was president, they at least QAnon had the guts to say that Trump was still secretly president and he was running the country from.
But then if they did that, that would be kind of a ripoff, right? So I got one. Okay, I'm founding the new Blue Anon theory right here, Sam. What actually is going to happen is that they're all in on it, right? In the Republicans too, and they're actually going to wait. And when the time is right, the walls are closing in, Sam. They're going to impeach him. and JD Vance, and all the stuff he's doing, Sam, is going to be used as evidence to get him forever. And then the Orange Man will lock him in a tower guarded by 5 magi, whose whole job it is to make sure that he never breaks out again.
So wait, who's going to arrest who? Trump is going to arrest JD Vance?
Yeah. See, because JD Vance is going to turn on Trump. And then Congress is going to impeach Trump before he appoints a new one. And then they're also going to, even though the Republicans have the majority in the House, it's still going to be Nancy Pelosi's going to be president. And then she's going to abdicate, even though that's not a concept in our legal system, Sam, ignore that for a moment, to Kamala Harris. So Kamala is still going to be president, Sam, according to the Blue Anon theory I just made up right here live on the Whitfield.
I mean, that sounds great, but like in all seriousness, I read that like Kamala herself is now in debt.
Yeah.
Not just the campaign, but like.
Well, look, Sam, the brat lifestyle is very expensive.
Yeah,
all that weed she smokes with Tupac, you know.
Oh God. Yeah, I'm sure.
You know how expensive it is to bring Tupac back from the dead, and then go back in time with him and smoke weed before he was born, Sam? This cost Kamala so much money. And it didn't even win her the election, Sam. Can you believe that?
You know, I really can't. You know, I was told that she was that she was like super charismatic. And
yeah, she's a brat, you know. That's why, see, the election was actually stolen from her, right? And that's that they're going to use all of his executive orders. I know it looks bad, Blue Anon, but you got to hold on to hope as evidence in the impeachment, Sam. And then Kamala, when Trump's on the stand, right? This is going to be the peak moment, Sam. Get ready for this. This is my big prediction. Trump's going to be on the stand, you know, and then there are all the different senators, and they're going to be yelling at him, you know, and he's going to be like, yeah, they didn't do anything, right? And then he's going to be talking, and out of nowhere, the door to the Senate chamber is going to fly open, and Kamala's going to walk in, and she's going to be like, I'm talking. And everybody's going to stand up and clap, and then they're just going to hand her a crown that represents the presidency. And then the Orange Man's going to be very sad. And like I said, that's when you put him in the tower with the Magi guarding him. And you got to do it in like a pocket dimension through a portal as well.
Oh, well, it you know, of course, that's what like Elon is working on now. It's like a pocket to the next dimension. So.
Well, no, they already have one of those, Sam. Did you know this? Have you heard about this? See, they have a portal to the pocket dimension. That's where all the trainees have come from. You see, in that dimension, Sam, I don't know if you knew this, more than 2 genders.
Well, oh my God, it all makes sense. So
yeah, they're snake people. I've been talking about this for almost a year now, Sam. Get with the program.
Yeah, well,
What about the robots?
Well, you missed.
Well, the robots are from our dimension, and they are meant to take care of the snake people and the lizard men. You see, it all makes perfect sense.
It makes sense now, but like Max, you missed the critical part about the portal like a few weeks ago, man. But like now it makes a lot more sense.
Right. Well, that's where they throw people when they cancel them. It just throw them in the portal into the based realm.
So so basically in our dimension now.
Yeah, no, like if they cancel you good enough, right, and they can get you, they throw you in a portal, and then all of those people are in a pocket dimension together called the based realm.
So I'm in a pocket dimension right now.
You haven't been thrown in a portal. Did they throw you in a portal, Sam? We can't be talking to you. You gotta stay with me here.
I mean, there was a strange flash of light,
Mental monks, right?
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure they were at my door right before my YouTube channel got banned. So,
Yeah, no. See, but they didn't get you because you're still here on Rumble. What happens is if they get you, they throw you into that pocket dimension, and then you can't talk to nobody. Yeah. And like everybody there is like extremely based, but they're not allowed to talk to each other.
Well, that's a bummer.
Yeah, that's
So.
awful. Hey, I got a top 10 list, Sam, and it probably goes into most of the news of the week really well.
Really? Yes. Please. Let me get my soundboard queued up here.
Oh wait, no, never mind. I gotta wait because my wife just went to put the boy to bed, and if she's not here like last time, she'll kill me. But I'll tell you what it is, Sam, and I'll bullshit while she comes back. We can talk about what the news, and then maybe finish it up with the list. You see, either way, it feeds right in because it is the top 10 executive orders I would like to see. And it's crazy, Sam, because it's the top 10 orders I would like to see, but it wasn't written by me. It was written by let's see here, somebody else. That's what it says. So, executive orders this week, Sam. Executive orders. Let's talk about the executive orders. Let's talk about what Trump's done, because it's been, we're gonna forget.
Well,
we're gonna leave shit out. There's no way you can't.
I mean, he's done a lot. Most notably, like the executive order that everyone is talking out, and I know that you and I have both kind of made fun of the conspiracy theories on this, but like the EO that everyone wants us to talk about is the declassification of the JFK files.
I'm into that, Sam, because when it comes out exactly what I've been saying for years, which is what's in there, which is the truth, that no, Lee Harvey Oswald didn't act alone, but all the things you thought were wrong, that's when they start really digging into that. Yeah, of course our government know that he had fucking help from Russia. Why does everybody overlook our biggest enemy doing it, Sam?
Well,
what a propaganda operation that was. Wow. Literally everybody's like, it must be the government. Nobody's like, it was the USSR.
Yeah, well, no, it's more, I'll tell you what it is, Max. It's more entertaining to think that the CIA was somehow behind than the actual
Not
USSR.
even that it's more entertaining, Sam, because the alternative is scarier. If our government did it, that means that we have some semblance of control of such a historic fucking moment in time. But if the other guys did it, it means that we cucked and let them assassinate our most popular president at that point and did nothing about it, which is the real conspiracy, in my personal, humble opinion.
I agree with you.
Also, I want to hear more about the MLK one than I do about either of the other two, because I feel like there's a lot unsaid about Martin Luther King's assassination. And yes, I know he was a communist, and I know he was into like sexual degenerate, all the kind of stuff people who don't like him say. But I also know that he was a very outspoken reformer at a time when the CIA liked to fuck with people, and the King family themselves, for the most part, I believe, do not believe the official story on that. So I want to see what's in there about.
Yeah. Well.
As well, Sam, we know the other one, RFK. Are you familiar with Sirhan, the assassin, and why he did it?
I'm familiar that he was like the first Palestine guy, and
he was not the first. He was not the first. Oh, not even close.
Well, yeah, not the first,
but he was the first one to make news in America. He did it specifically for the PLO, the Palestinian Liberation Organization, which later became the PLA, the Palestinian Liberation Army, which later became known as. So Hamas, technically, in a way, assassinated our leading candidate for president in the 60s.
Yeah, I also know that like a lot of conspiracy theorists like to, and I'll have to ask FX Reagan about this because he's one of the authors.
Yeah, a lot of them like the the Manchurian candidate theory with Sirhan Sirhan. The thing is, he wrote these letters that I did it for the PL. It's just it's hard for me to buy that one, right? Just because like that would have been and like he would have had to have been mind controlled completely still to this day.
There was actually a very well done true crime podcast documentary that actually went through the RFK assassination and basically concluded that Sirhan did in fact assassinate RFK of his own volition.
He still said, I mean, he's never really wavered his story. He now says he feels remorseful.
Well, yeah, and I mean, but I mean, a lot of like, because like this was like a liberal like podcast network that did this production. So like they were all like their audience, I guess, like wanted the MK Ultra thing to be true. Like, but credit to the
I don't think that's a liberal or. Everybody wants the JFK to be a conspiracy. I've noticed this. The fact that I say that for the most part the official story was true, except for one glaring obvious detail, is that Lee Harvey Oswald, our shooter, was given material and informational support from the USSR. They bought the rifle he shot with.
Right.
Like they trained him. We trained him to shoot, and then he defected to Russia. A lot of people don't know this. He defected for Russia, where he met his wife, and he trained with them in covert operations, whatever that means, until he was kicked out of Russia, at which point he went to Cuba, hung out with Castro for a couple months. Then he showed up in New Orleans because that was a JFK trip was supposed to happen there. And then when it got rescheduled, he moved to Dallas and took up a job right where the fucking motorcade was going to come. If you tell me he couldn't make that shot, I don't think you've ever fucking shot a sniper rifle.
Well, and there were also, keep in mind...
Moving target, yes, but it was fairly fucking close for that particular kind of rifle. It was like a Benelli or whatever, the Italian...
Right.
It was an Italian...
A Carcano. Yeah.
Carcano, that's it. It was an Italian fucking specialty sniper rifle that not just anybody would have had.
Right. Well, also
and he was a trained U.S. Army sniper.
Well, yeah. Also, though, you're absolutely right that it was the communists too, because there was also an assassination plot that was revealed that was supposed to take place in Chicago, done by like basically Cuban like communist sympathizers. That's when I had Terrence McCauley on the show last year to talk about his novella Chicago 63, which I actually have. I can't reach it right now, but I have it on my shelf here.
This kind of stuff is wild, and I get it that people have wanted that information for a long time, and whatever I think about it doesn't matter. Here's the thing, Sam. To me, that is the least important executive order I think that I saw.
No, I agree. It's just I agree. I
know why people want to talk about it, but like, here's the thing. Let's say hypothetically, you audience, you Sam, anybody, whatever you believe is proven to be true in the documents. What does it change?
Nothing. Absolutely.
A lot of the other executive orders are changing things right in front of your eyes. That's my point.
Yeah, here's one. I would actually say that like an executive order that like that Shmooey and I all talked about on his show like weeks ago.
Which, if you want more in depth about like specific orders, definitely check that out, because we went through the ones that were that was the first day, and we went through all the ones that were available at that point. Sam, there's been over 100.
Yeah, I know. But like notably with that show specifically, like one thing that does affect us more than the JFK stuff, I would say, is the federal architecture, which basically like gives control to local.
That's another nice one, though. Let's talk about the big deals first, in terms of like importance, because I get what you're saying. The federal architecture, we want it to be beautiful. We want to have stylization, but that's more of a nerdy side quest.
Well, my point is like that's more effective. My point in bringing that one up is like that's more relevant than the JFK one.
Yeah, like Trump sent off a bunch of nerdy side quests, and they're cool and they're fine. The JFK one's fine too. I don't have a problem with it, but first and foremost, the executive orders on the border and immigration. We've all seen Dr. Phil's out there helping deport motherfuckers. Okay, this is wild.
The J6. The J6 executive order. I did a whole show on that last week with on Jason's podcast.
Yeah, once again, shout out Enrique, shout out Playboy the Beast, a couple other people that I know that were given a pardon under that J6 stuff. It was great to see. That one's kind of self-explanatory. The border stuff too, unless you're a lefty, like we don't have to explain why we think that's good. The other big one, and it's maybe we can just a whole swath of executive orders regarding the dismantling of DEI at federal level.
Yeah.
Including but not limited to the government only recognizes 2 genders. DEI departments and employees are being liquidated wholesale. And you see this in the private sector being reflected as well, where Amazon, who else? Mort would know a lot of these. They're jettisoning DEI programs like it's going out of style, because it is.
A lot of gaming studios are jettisoning them.
Yeah, I actually joined Mort and Joe on Bits and Bones this past week, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, Mort, but I believe that you said that the head of WB Games has actually stepped down. In part because of all this DEI stuff, right?
Right. Correct.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, the trash is taking itself out. At least.
Yeah. Another one was the working from home, and other, I guess another swath of stuff related to wasteful spending in the government. But a big one being a lot of these federal employees who are working from home that basically don't do anything are now being told they can in the office, come work, or they can be fired, or they can be bought out, and here's 8 months pay and go home for good. You're fired.
There was actually a video. I wish I had bookmarked it because it is hilarious. But there's actually a video on Twitter of a federal worker saying that other federal employees can reach out to him if they need someone to talk to, because they're all going through this really
they just need a hug.
Yeah. Hey guys.
Today, Sam, another great one today, speaking of getting rid of DEI, was that they can't teach that stuff in schools anymore, whether it be radical gender, race, or whatever theory. And that if the school gets caught doing that they will lose federal funding. That was just today. That would
Holy shit. Awesome.
Related to the border, but I should point it out, his first piece of legislation was signed today, which was the Lake and Riley Act that we've been pushing for several years.
Yeah.
and so he was very happy to. I watched the speech; it was really good. He had angel families there. My wife was talking about the other girl. What was her name? Yeah, Jocelyn, I believe. Jocelyn. Yeah, who was murdered and abused by these sick gang members, and so the Lagan Riley Act was, and of course her, the namesake. I believe she was 22 years old, just out jogging, killed by a guy that had been deported before, that had been arrested just recently, and it was a horrible, horrible situation. Her mother gave a speech thanking Trump for making sure this isn't going to happen to others. And if throughout the week on the immigration thing, like I said, you might have seen Dr. Phil out there. You might have seen the in Boston, the famous one where there was the Haitian guy that was saying, "Fuck Trump. Thanks Obama and Biden for everything you did for me." Which, like, the best campaign ad Trump could ever ask for if he was running. Gonna run. Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the supercut. Craig Mansfield DM'd it to me, but there's a supercut of that Haitian guy saying, "I ain't never going back," and then and it cuts to Tom Homan going, "Oh, you're going back," and then it cuts to the Thug Life meme. So.
I love the streamer Asmongold made a joke. He's like, "I wonder if they would let me go along dressed like Ash Ketchum," and now which is hilarious, right? Gotta catch them all. But that's super funny. Yeah, apparently Reddit is now saying he's officially a Nazi now. So welcome, Asmongold, to the team of literally everybody except the far left is a Nazi now. So that's, it's not the first time he's flirted with the team apparently, but they were really serious about the Ash catch. That is super bad, Sam. You can't be offensive like that anymore on Twitch as just a guy who streams saying something absurd. You can't do that, Sam. You just can't say stupid things on the internet. Hey.
So is
lefty?
I've literally heard I've heard comparisons on Reddit to I've seen that
oh, sorry.
No, I've seen that Asmongold is the new PewDiePie. Basically.
Have you ever seen Asmongold makes a? We should watch that. Sam.
No, I feel like
Mort already knows that it might be a bit much for Sam, but anyway, I got a top 10 list.
Is it on YouTube? I'm game for watching it after after the top. Anyway,
so, more EOs than we could shake a stick at. We hit on some of the big ones. We're not gonna, obviously we don't even know all of them at this point. There's 300 and something.
Real quick though, before you do that, I'd like to kind of warm up this segment. And ladies and gentlemen, with this week's top 10 list, here is Max Sand.
Okay, Sam. Yeah, so sent in from some dude. This is top 10 executive orders meaning me. I don't know how he knew, Sam, but that I would like to see. You ready? We got this. Let's see how accurate he is. I'll see if I agree with this. Number 10, deport Nick Fuentes. That's all it says. It's just deport Nick Fuentes.
Wait. How did he know that? That was one of my wishes too.
I think that's a really Maybe we should put up a petition on change.org. Number nine. This one, I think it's almost like they wrote it for you, Sam. Free wheelchair cripples.
Yes.
Yeah, I would add an addendum. Ban hospital style wheelchairs outside of hospitals. Just in time.
Yes.
We need designers, Sam. We need some people to make some really top-notch stuff.
Yes.
Number 8, This one's going to be real popular with the females in the audience. Limit women talking to no more than 6 hours a day. And then in parentheses, it says, fuck you, with an exclamation point. So yeah, women can only talk 6 hours out of a 24-hour period. That would be a very effective executive order, Sam, in making, anyway,
executive order on your ass.
Number 7, disband Ticketmaster. Disband Ticketmaster, Sam. Trust me, if you paid for tickets to an event in the last couple of years, you'll agree with that.
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Number 6, in quotations, Diddy did it. Because that's executive order, Diddy did it. Number 5, this is there's a lot of appeals to our home crowd tonight. Number 5, the Krasensteins have to reply to every tweet Mort makes legally. Number 4, school choice. That one deserves a round of applause, Sam. School choice, everybody. Yeah.
I hope to God that one does become real.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Yeah.
Number 3, deport celebrities who said they would leave the country if won the election.
Looking at you, by the way, did you hear that Ellen DeGenerate, and yes, I did call her degenerate. She left, but apparently she came back. Yeah.
That must have been hard for them.
She can leave again.
Number 2, this is a big one, Sam. I believe this is a shout out to the Shmuley contingent out there. This is 2, a commission to study the decline and quality of dino nuggies. Very important.
Yeah, extremely important.
Dino nuggies used to be awesome. Lately, not so much. So let's make dino nuggies great again.
That's something.
Magna.
That. I feel like that's something that the Junior should,
that's right.
Add up.
No, I'd be fine if he takes all the hormones and shit out of it, as long as they taste better.
Oh, speaking of Max, I don't want to get too sidetracked, but remind me to tell you about the Ask Truth list.
And number 1.
All right, let me number.
Real quick, we got deport Nick Fuentes, free wheelchairs for cripples, limit women talking to no more than 6 hours a day, disband Ticketmaster, Diddy did it, the Krasensteins must reply to every tweet Mort makes legally, school choice, deport celebrities who said they would leave the country if Trump won, a commission to study the decline and quality of dino nuggies, and finally at number 1, top 10 executive orders I would like to see written by some dude. Right to Offend Media gets official press pool access.
Oh, yes.
That's it, Sam. We did it.
And the Fake Untitled podcast, too. I feel like if the Fake Untitled podcast and we could get like unfettered media coverage, we could just replace the whole media,
Expecting on Monday, Sam.
Here. Speaking of the Fake Untitled podcast, and also speaking of Dino Nuggies, this is actually real news. Did you hear that Steak and Shake?
Wait, hold on. Is this I have to because Shmuley's not here. Is this neat news? Neat news. Neat news.
Yeah, I guess. Steak and Shake is now going to be cooking I believe all of their products with beef tallow now.
What? Steak and Shake is a restaurant, I assume. We don't have them here.
Yeah, Steak and Shake is a burger chain. I'm surprised you don't know what Steak and Shake is because you spend a lot of time in Michigan, and they're big.
I was when I was in Michigan, it was all about rallies. That was the shit. And White Castle, and like rallies. Oh, and Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Shout out to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles on fucking Outer Drive, Detroit.
I actually know what you're
Dude
talking
got
about.
stabbed while I was eating there, and it was still the best meal I've ever had.
Well,
that's a true story, Sam.
I don't really know.
They just carted his ass out. I just kept eating. Those were some good fucking waffles, Sam.
I don't know what to say other than I guess.
Have you ever had chicken and waffles from Roscoe's, Sam?
I've had chicken and waffles, and I've had good ones from here.
Worth watching a man get stabbed for,
but not from Roscoe's. And I can't.
Church's chicken as well, real popular.
Oh yeah, Church's chicken is good.
You're required, having ever lived or been around Michigan your whole life, you're kind of like legally required. Church's chicken is good.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. But anyway,
it is though.
Oh yeah, it is good. So yeah, Steak and Shake to use 100% beef tallow, no cap.
It's when they said no cap. Shut the fuck up, brand. Trying to be trendy with the fucking. See, the reason no cap is even like a thing that you would know of is because it's not trendy. And even Zoomers are making fun of it when they say it. Any Zoomers in the chat, feel free to tell me I'm wrong, but I know you won't.
For some reason, like, we have people watching, but no one in chat so far.
Well, I'm just shouting out there. So, okay, beef tallow is good. No doubt. I like it. It adds a good flavor to it. I'd like to see more make a return. You know what else we should do? Like we see, people don't realize how long this liberal like plague been around. Dude, trans fats and fucking MSG, my brother. Let me introduce you to flavor, Sam. Flavor that you probably never had in your whole life because this shit's all banned because Democrats are like, oh, the old stuff's bad for you. Here, take this chemical-laced garbage.
Yeah, you're cutting out on your mic.
Oh, good thing.
Oh, you're good. You're back.
That's because I tapped it and said, is this thing on? Because you weren't saying anything.
Okay. Oh. You mean just in general?
Yes. When they banned MSG from Chinese food, it now tastes worse. And when they banned trans fats, KFC tastes right. The thing is it's like you were even saying the smoking thing. It's like, well, the liberals have a way of banning you from stuff that hurts nobody but yourself.
I actually am old enough to remember trans fats and MSG in Chinese food.
Barely.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Barely. And like that's the problem is like they're like, look at the people that lived prior to that. You want to talk about what did it do? Because the people of previous generations that ate that shit years and years and years for like have less chance of a heart than you.
Yes. Well, you want to know the crazy thing, Max, is my grandmother, both of my grandmothers, smoked while they were pregnant with my and dad mom.
It was pretty common.
Yeah. And did my parents
we're letting edge case hypochondriacs fucking legislate everything so that this is the same with the seatbelts. It's like when I say to people I think the seatbelt laws are stupid, people are like, oh, but it's for safety. And it's like, well, whose safety? Mine? I'm making it. If you're talking about kids, I can see a seatbelt law for kids. And this is the kind of thing I can see some safety regulations dealing with kids. But if it's the same thing I look at with like marijuana. Why was it ever illegal in the first place?
I don't know.
I'll go further than that, Sam. Cocaine, heroin, all of them. Because here's the problem. Cocaine, where is the crime in cocaine if you take away possession and distribution? It's the crackhead robbing a store. But we already have a law against robbing a fucking store. So then why do we... It literally is to create a prison industrial complex that we have, right? Where you can lock up mostly poor and minorities for fucking possession charges and get free labor at these for-profit prisons. And the whole thing, it has nothing to do with protecting anybody.
Max, because slavery got illegal. So,
And the same people putting you in those for-profit prisons as slave labor are the same ones putting those drugs on the street in a lot of cases. Feds.
Yeah.
If they're not putting them day to day, they put them in the 80s. They taught them how to make crack from coke. They taught them how to make fucking heroin from fucking morphine. You see what I mean?
Yeah. Oh boy, you're gonna love my next novella, Night of the Vigilante. Then, Max. If you if we want to talk the drug war, you're gonna like that one. I'll have more details about like more specific release dates hopefully next week, but stay tuned for that because this latest one I'm writing is probably the goriest one I've written, but from what I've been told from some readers, also best I've written so far.
Interesting.
So
you have my answer.
So, also, speaking of authors, shout out once again to Mr. Travis Davis for coming on the podcast from Monday's show. Great conversation about one of four, World War I through the eyes of the unknown soldier. And
which is such a cool concept for a book, Sam. I just want to point that out.
It really is
a really, really interesting concept.
And I think we've gotten like 500 views total. I know 300 on the episode on just alone. So
nice.
But
yeah, check out the book, check out the interview. Good stuff. I liked it.
Yeah, and Travis even said that he might want to come on the live show. He couldn't this week, but in the future he might want to come on and just shoot the shit. So
that'd be cool.
And he's great friends with Andrew Nelson.
Cool.
So
good people. Yeah, it was a really interesting interview, though, I have to say, and well worth people checking out. Sometimes, I know there's almost like a different audience for the two shows in a way, right? So if you're watching this and you don't usually check it out, I highly recommend checking out the Monday show because it was one of the better I've had in quite a while.
It's getting to the point now, though, honestly, Max, where it's really hard for me to and I'm not being disingenuous. It's really hard for me to narrow down my favorite interviews because they've all been so good. Also, shout out to a very I want to specify here. Shout out to drunk John Guarnieri from this past Saturday night because during a drunken rant about various things, he said to his very large live audience, if you guys aren't checking out Sam and his friends and what they're doing over at Right to Offend Media, y'all are a bunch of pussies. So
it might have had a knock-on effect, Sam, because the wife and I on the Sandwich Makers basically just talked about our history, and we talked for 7 fucking hours, Sam.
Yeah,
And we the whole time.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's what I was coming in to say when I said shout out to John, because like people follow from. Also, he was live streaming on Instagram for 7 hours too, because I would switch back and forth between the streams, and at one point he was like, I tuned back in, and he was like, yeah, just karaokeing to.
I remember you said that in the chat. I was just like, I'm gonna have to see this. This is wild.
Yeah, to Peter Gabriel, and then I guess they took his stream down eventually, and then the next morning he asked me and was like, I know I said I was gonna DM you, but I can't remember what about, and so I'm like, oh, you wanted my number, so I gave it to him for contact.
A lot of the cool thing is I told like bits and pieces through comedy in my list of like bad advice for young men to pick up chicks. But then when we told me and my wife the story of the day we met, if you listened, the list all makes sense now. Get drunk and throw up on yourself and stuff. Like, yes, with no context, it sounds right.
No, that was it. It was one of your better episodes, and I don't feel bad. I don't feel so bad about her throwing stuff at you now, since I also know that she was like throwing peanuts at you.
And I've been throwing stuff at you since day one.
I don't know if you heard that part, Sam, but I acted like a literal retard for years in public with I was with her. Years.
Yes. I
finally quit doing it just because, well, the bit got old, you know?
I don't believe you stop, Max.
Every now and again I tease her with it though. Like when in public and there's a lot of people around, I'll be like, I'll just look at her and be like, Maxine, and she's like, no, not now.
I can totally see her face too when she says that too.
Yeah,
right.
But, I mean, really, the lesson in me meeting her for a younger guy is 1, take some chances. 2, if an opportunity presents itself, make the most of it. And then 3, put in the work, right? Like you guys, I think you guys were even there when I said I walked 25 miles to see her again after I met her.
Yeah, and then Mort and I made a joke about how you almost walked 500 miles.
At this point, Sam, I've walked close to 1,000 miles. Sort of 5 for my baby. Over the course of our relationship, that's probably accurate.
Bravo to you.
Well, no, I'm saying is, hey, not everybody, the work is not necessarily walking umpteen miles. Like, obviously, you guys can't do that, right? But the point is, I see a lot of young guys, and they're like, I can't, if you really, really want to have that girl and have a good relationship with her, you do have to put in some work on your end.
Oh, you do. Most guys, though, don't even want to think anymore, though. Like,
yeah, that's the other thing. If you think I never got rejected before, you're fucking retarded. It's just a matter of like, don't let it crush your soul. Don't get that invested in a girl that you've just met, that she has that power over you, you know?
Oh, I still get rejected.
And if you haven't just met her, you might have already missed into a way.
Yeah.
Once the girls look at you a certain way, when you try to get out of that friend zone, it ain't gonna happen.
Impossible.
You might get to date her, but it'll be more of a pity situation. If you're a friend, if you haven't expressed interest early on in meeting a girl, you're just done for. That's it. And so if you're getting rejected, it should be by a girl you haven't known very long, okay? And it shouldn't matter. That's my advice.
Right.
Because if it matters to you, who the fuck is this? It's just some bitch. It's just another. There's a bajillion. There's like literally 3 5 billion or 4 billion of them.
Yeah, that one was the hardest for me. Like when I was younger, at first was but and I had my other like the thing that is I can definitely say this, guys. I don't think guys can I think a good bit of advice, at least from mine, is guys, you can't internalize shit like that.
Yeah.
So,
well, the other thing is the biggest, most important thing I think a lot of people don't focus on when they're in a new relationship is if you have fun more than the puppy dog, puppy love bullshit, right? Like the beginning of a relationship is always intoxicating for everybody because you're getting.
Oh yeah.
But the important thing to remember is the spaces in between. If you just are happy to just do whatever with that person, do your own thing, that's a good relationship. If you constantly have to be like up somebody's ass 24/7 for attention, you got to think in your head, max that out by 20, 40 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to like them. They got to be. Maxine is my best friend. That's no joke.
I know she is. Well, the one thing I will say is like I'm someone who's like very comfortable, just like being at home. Not that I don't enjoy going out, but like I am kind of in case you don't notice, more of a home body. And like I said, I understand it's nice to go out, but there was this one girl I dated briefly who she always wanted to go out. And
well, there's a point of concession, right? Is like I was assuming it went like this. She wanted to go out way more. If it's like once in a while, that's you need to meet that need, right? But
right.
if it's to the point that you reasonable, then yeah, I think it's you're never going to meet in the middle at that point.
Yeah, well, it was basically to the point too where like she wanted to go out and like I couldn't afford to take her out, because like I was in college, and like this was during the Trump years too. So the economy was still pretty good. And
well, I don't know, man. I talked about like we talked about like our first couple dates for sure. I went to a Bible study with her. That didn't cost any money. It was just weird. Again, you can look into that. We one of the early traditions that we didn't even talk about is that there's a festival in town called Kids Day, whatever, and it's just a carnival they have every year with like free live music and stuff, and we've been going to that for almost 20 years now. And it's funny. Yeah. It's funny you mentioned the date thing about her and I. This is what I'm talking. Can just have fun together. And what we said as soon as we stopped recording is like, oh my God, we went on for 7 hours. It was less of a podcast and more of us just having a date night and reminiscing, right? Because that's how we are. Just sitting there and chatting about our history, and like we don't tell the stories to each other most of the time. So it's well, and it was nice. It was nice too because us having fun. We don't need anywhere fancy. It doesn't cost anything.
Well, and it was nice too. It was nice too because like I think some people buy the act. Maybe I shouldn't break the fourth wall here, but I think sometimes people don't like that you act annoying.
Well, I do. That's the thing, I do. But like in a roundabout way, like that's the nature of us. We love each other. I mean, we drive each other crazy on purpose because we're always having fun. And that's what I'm talking about. If you're not having fun and outside of when you're actually having like relations, Well, that says a lot about a relationship. Look, we can. I'm sitting here playing my games and stuff. She'll be off doing her own thing. We're not always doing the same stuff. We just like to be near each other. We just to each other.
Yeah.
That's what you want. Anyway, I don't know how to tell anybody how to get that, because you heard the circumstances of how they're completely random in a way. No matter this video game, I was playing the nerdiest, and she walked in the room. Right, that's how I met her. Right?
Yeah.
That's probably not going to happen for you. You know what I mean? I remember there was this one kid. You'll remember the kid. I had to kick him out. I don't even want to say who it was, but he would be like, "Oh, I want a girl who's gonna play the nerdiest game ever with me." Like and I'm like, I was happy with a girl walked in the room and I was playing. And you know what I did, Sam? I turned the game off.
Yeah.
You know? Shot.
No, that's.
I was like, "Hey, what's she into? Let's try doing some of that, because that's a good way to get her attention."
That's the thing, is like there are these guys who like they see these cosplayer girls on Instagram that are into like nerdy shit, and they think that like, oh my god, that's going to be my girlfriend. No, that girl, even if she's not a hoe, although most of them are, she's doing a
it's an act. It's a put on.
Yeah.
There's a girl nerdiness. My wife has it, okay? But they're into different stuff than you generally, right? Like they get nerdy for their own stuff. And that's the thing is, one, finding crossover that interests you both is really key. But two, allowing the other person to have those kind of stuff. That's what I mean. You don't want to be up their ass constantly.
You know what? I would find it
not long term, you know, maybe in the first couple dates you can be all overly lovey-dovey, you know, but like at a certain point, if you don't let the other person be a person, that's when you create friction. I was once in a relationship with a girl who seemed to like all the same stuff I did. And it was weird because it didn't feel like it was genuine. It felt like she was just trying you know,
gain your approval.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like maybe it's cool, for example, like if, you know, you and a girl Star Wars, like maybe it's
right.
cool.
You'll have your thing, you know, like if you didn't notice, one of our things was ICP related stuff. We went to all those concerts and things we were talking about. It's just a thing we both really, really, and also maybe not even the most expensive date night ever, okay? But it creates a hell of a lot of stories. We didn't even get out all our ICP and concert related stories. We got 1 billion. There was one. I threw a dude out like in front of everybody, and she's right next to her, and she was just like flabbergasted, or throwing people. Me and my brother just tossing dudes, you know. That's a different man and vibe. I know. A lot of people come from a much more buttoned up background than me, Sam, and they don't quite get the appeal of painting up your face and throwing soda at each other and beating each other up in a mosh pit. I get it, but it's a lot of fun. That's my defense. Hey, man, I've met people who don't get the appeal of writing, like creatively, like
mosh pit,
like creatively, like I do.
Wheelchairs are fun.
I bet they are. It's really fun when you're in a mosh pit and lady comes up to you. It's not. What kind of pit has an attractive lady in it? Maybe this wasn't so much pit, more right. Like, you were in the general section near the mosh pit. I got you. because that's the
Right.
only place they're gonna be walking up to you. You know what I mean? In the pit, dude. I always say, lady, shit. My first thought was like from security. Sam is like, there's a security lady in the pit. Uh-oh.
Right.
The
A lady
last pit that
and
I
the
was
cripple,
in-
Sam. This is a security nightmare.
Yeah.
The last pit I was in, I was surrounded by probably a good 6 or 7 biker dudes, stood me up, and they hoisted crowd surfing.
Yeah, you don't go in a push pit. You'll crowd surf and shit like that. I believe it.
Yeah,
That's what I would do with you. Yeah.
No, yes, I was in a pit. I was just surrounded by but because I was at
Well, yeah,
ground.
there's a general area, and then like the pits break out in it.
Well,
I know what's going on. I'm
Well,
just fucking with you, Sam.
Well, yeah, and because I was at ground level too, compared to everyone else, it actually kind of felt like I won.
For the most, you're crowded in. The guy in the wheelchair, and then be keeping an eye on him.
Oh yeah, that definitely happened.
Not because other people are going to harm them. Actually, it's quite the opposite. Other people are very polite to guys in wheelchairs at concerts, generally speaking. However, wheelchair guy, and I think this applies to you, Sam, and I know it applies to Mort, will get himself in trouble. That's like a commonly known fact.
How
would that happen? How would that happen? Oh, how would that guy end up in a bad situation to bail him out later? Let me see. Weren't you guys talking about ramp jumping your fucking wheelchairs? Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm not.
People think the wheelchair guy is the safe guy. No, wheelchair guy thinks he's evil fucking Knievel.
I'm not doing that with a
the
$40,000
wheelchair guy is evil, fucking Knievel.
Fair enough, he probably is.
I'm not doing that with a $40,000 pal. I'll do that with a wheelchair though. So
Well, be fair, Evil
Knievel always.
Evil Knievel probably spent an inordinate amount of time if you think of wheelchairs.
Probably.
When he fell in that Snake River Canyon, he broke every bone in the wheel. Definitely.
Yeah.
Based cripple. Evil Shout Knievel. Out to living the dream.
Jumping a canyon somewhere in heaven, probably.
That's right. And in his honor, Sam is 72 limousines.
I never agreed to that.
I know, but these contracts, damn, you sign the talent contract. Really tells you to read the shit. You don't
do it voluntarily.
Yeah, you already agreed.
Well, shoot. Well, yeah, you're right.
That's how you get the movie deal. Is you got to 72 limos in honor of evil.
Oh, so that's what
we're gonna strap to the chair. I thought you knew this.
If they have rockets, okay, well, that'll help at least. So
yeah, and one of those comedy parachutes that's actually too small to do anything.
Oh,
we can't afford the real thing, Sam. It's not in the budget. We just need. And it's the one that Ari when you open it up.
Well, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that I had, that I had a contract drafted up for my paramedic to be there in case anything happens.
Oh no, we're gonna get the best medical help. We found this guy, right? His name's Jose. He was selling oranges, right? He said that he would be the full-on paramedic. He said, say, I got my medic's license in Venezuela, man. And I was like, cool. So for $5, he's going to be on standby, Sam. Well, not to be fair, I also had to buy 3 oranges.
Were they good oranges at least?
Oh, they were fucking delicious, Sam. But I feel like $1 was too much.
$1
That's right.
What more?
Hold on. Breaking. Jose, he just got deported, so we have no medic Sorry, Sam.
Oh,
Got that in over the wire.
perfect timing. Well, hold on. I've got breaking. This just in. Mortheous is going to jump the cannon with me. Handcuff.
He didn't sign a talent contract. Why the fuck would he do that? We were surprised you did it. We were like, I can't believe this.
To be fair,
The second paragraph, 3 sentences in, says, "We are an evil corporation and you are our slave," and you signed it. What the fuck, Sam?
to be fair, I was signing books, and I thought, when you're signing books, like, people just bring them up to you and then you sign them, and surely that that guy really he had the book open. He had the contracts like in the book.
Yeah, but it's notarized. You didn't notice he brought a note
I just
and
thought,
3 lawyers.
well, listen,
You just thought he had a posse?
I mean, look, the lawyers, so, I had to, so,
that's what it is they just all bought a book, so you all signed whatever they based.
Correct.
yeah, I mean,
This is why we contracted him to an evil corporate contract. Sam is a man of people.
yeah.
And they said right in the contract that we're going to exploit for everything that's worth.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
But,
Paragraph 4, section 2.
yeah.
It also says drink more water. Sam, have you been drinking enough water? Go, Sam. Well, you're in violation of your contract.
Does hot bean juice count?
No more.
No. That dehydrates you. You shouldn't be drinking so much coffee.
Yeah.
You're drinking water, Sam.
I feel like that's one that my mom stuck in there. Is probably based.
Yeah, well, she did. She consulted on that and the eat all your vegetables that was in there as well.
Listen, I actually do what I haven't eaten my my vegetable. I'm like
There's also
George.
the amendment that says when am I getting? You didn't notice that?
Oh, she's been that amendment for years.
We needed it in ink. That's right. Also, I get it. You thought you were just signing a thing in the book, but like it's signed in blood, Sam. What's up with that? Somebody's like, "Hey, sign blood," and you're like, "Yeah, let's go."
What? I don't remember that, but that does explain why my hand felt a little lightheaded while signing it the other day.
Well, that's also because section 6 subsection 5, we're making a clone as well.
It is
Sam, the clone will be more susceptible to our brainwashing techniques than you are because you have life experiences and things. And so like we feel that inevitably the clone's going to have to replace you because it's going to be more to our liking.
Well, when
he's actually in a cage right now, being tended by 5 nurses.
I thought I smashed the clone cage.
No. It's like a crib at this. It's more. Oh, hold on. This just in, Sam. The nurses just got deported too. It turns out I should hire an American. Damn. Poor baby. Will be fucked. It's a little baby clone of Sam.
Well, you learn the hard way about that, I guess. So.
Yeah, the cool thing about the clone too is it's going to end up 35% bigger than you. Did you know this? Have you heard about this?
Be really big then.
Yeah. They usually peak out at about like 6'8" or so.
What's the lifespan on? Is it going to outlive me, or is it?
Oh,
going
he's
to,
only going to be a minute for like 20. He's like fully grown.
Well, yeah.
Then he's going to like melt, you know, and like what happens is it's called cellular degeneration. Have you heard of this, Sam? Where the cells on a cellular level just start to kind of dissolve from, actually it doesn't go from the outside in, it goes from the inside out. So the first thing is your organs just liquefy. And the last thing to go, weirdly enough, though, is your brain. So you can feel all of this and then your skeleton, obviously, then it goes out to the skin, and finally the brain just dissolves, and then they are a puddle of goo. So what we're going to do is we're going to get them almost fully grown, and they can stay in that state for about 6 or 7 weeks. And we're going to film a lot of content with him, you know, and then the 20 minutes where he's like at peak form, that's where we're going to film all like the promos that we're going to use for the future. And the good thing is we've already got a second and third Sam clone on the way. Sammy 2, Sammy 3. And they'll be ready. And ideally, if we could make enough of these little Sam clones, we could film an entire movie with the clones. It's just going to take like 700 or 800 of them. It's going to, and we only have the capacity to do one at a time, one at a moment.
Sounds like a costly endeavor. I hope you
Oh yeah, it's billions and billions and billions, Sam.
I hope that you ran the numbers past RTO counting. And
oh, that's the beauty part, Sam. I didn't have to. Smoothly signed the contract. I had. This is great. I realize why corporations are so evil, Sam, is there's so much power. You know, the stupid things people will agree to because you put it in form of a contract that they have to sign. Yeah, and think about this, Sam. To use their phones, these motherfuckers agree to all kinds of stupid shit they don't even know about. This? Did you know?
What? It's because I actually read some of the contracts. So
that's great. So I figured it out. All we need to do is use contracts, and then we can be completely immoral legally, Sam. And that's what's important, right, ladies and gentlemen? Legally.
Totally. So, yeah.
So it's not slave labor because you agreed to it and are being compensated. Promise of future dino tendies. Not nuggies, Sam. Dino tendies. We're working on it. That's part of the thing. Don't ask too many questions.
Yes. Well, you know, I am glad that you got tendies. You know, because like tendies, the nuggies. You know.
I said we need a commission to look at the decline in quality of dino nuggies. However, in the meantime, we'll put a moratorium on the nuggies, only tendies.
Well, Max, I have some breaking too. First off, did you hear that NVIDIA stock fell this week?
Yeah, that's because their new graphics cards are overpriced and underpowered.
Yeah. So my solution was basically I sold Mortheous to NVIDIA, and they're going to use Mortheus's brain AI and how they're so.
Boy, they're
man.
They got more like you know, I don't know how to explain this, buddy, but like you are a computer now. The entire AI, it's all you, buddy.
The thing
is, you have referred to me as Mortbot for a while, so
yeah, he was an AI all along, Sam. You didn't know this? He came from
I didn't know. I didn't know that. No,
yeah.
So
yeah. No, it doesn't bother him when he finds out. He knew all along.
So,
Why would it bother him, Sam, for being superior to all of us? I'm a human being. He has the potential for infinite upgrades, whereas you and I, Sam, why do you think we brought him on this? See, Sam doesn't know any of the Sam workings of this company. I swear to God.
Well,
It's all part of the plan for world domination, Sam. You don't need to know all the moving parts, all right?
Listen, Max, I'm the talent. I'm
Exactly.
talent. I don't need to know everything. Shmuel,
right.
Shmuel is the CEO, although I'm feeling that
and I'm the which is the chief henchman HO. I am in charge of henching the evil plans concocted by the CEO. And they all involve world domination.
Well, honestly,
I don't really pay for this, but I do it for the love.
Honestly, though, Max, it does seem to me like you actually come up with more plans than Shmuley does, because let's be honest, I showed up for the last board meeting. Mortheous you were there. Was there?
I was assured
but
that
Shmuley
had business with an associate of his, HB. I was assured that they were doing high level business somewhere, and that I didn't need to know about it.
We sat there for hours, Max, in the conference room.
I know, and you didn't look on the laptop, and thank God you didn't. We just
took a hand to it, did we?
So
yeah. Unfortunately for us, there was another laptop that some other got out dude had, and apparently whatever.
Oh yeah,
not my problem.
Is that laptop illegal to look at too?
No. Shmuley's no. It just had inspirational like speeches, only done by like AI bot anime chicks. That was all that was on Shmuley's hard drive. It was literally like the Gettysburg Address and the Constitution and stuff, but all read by like really cheery anime girls.
Well, really, because I know that like on the first I know that laptops that Shmuley has, there's like an entire speech that was written by cats, like because as Dino points out, that Shmuley energy.
Yeah, well, he does. That's what I'm saying. And I am but a mere minion, a purveyor of plans to fruition, a henchman, a goon, a thug, Sam, we're the bad guys. We've been told this from the beginning, so we built our organization around the structure of an evil criminal empire. I don't understand why this is so hard. The cool thing, Sam, is superheroes to stop us.
Not anymore.
That's right. But first, we got to start growing these Sam clones, and it's been dreadful. We actually had to get rid of 3 or 4 of them because they came out all.
They
they could walk, and we had like put them down immediately.
So they could walk.
Yeah, no, they were perfectly fine, and we were like, "Fuck, man, that ain't a Sam at all."
I am.
So did we just finally solve the Sam in the convenience store?
Yes.
Fuck that. I wasn't supposed
to. It was. Yes, I think we did.
That's why you never saw him again, though. It's because he dissolved painfully into a puddle of goo right after you seen him.
Yeah. Well, wait. Well, then, why was Shmuley like with Kat Dennings. Because that's what Shmuley told me. He told me that he saw Shmuley with Kat Dennings.
I thought he was with Harry Chapman.
You know what? Well, Shmuley told me that he was with Kat Dennings. Shmuley would never lie, right?
That's true. It's in his contract. If he lies, we actually cut his tongue out. Cut his.
Ew. Well then.
Right. Unfortunately, he wrote into the subheader context that some of the things he says are not lies, even if they're not true. So there's a little bit of leeway in the language of the. You know how lawyers are, Sam. Don't worry about it. Just he can't.
So.
Just redefine lying as telling the truth is all.
So basically, how very corporate.
Now you're starting to understand why we wanted to corporate structure ourselves this way. Because it turns out, if you structure yourself like a mega corporation, you actually can just make a supervillain organization. Easy. So that's what we're doing, you know?
Yeah.
First, world domination, then the moon. Mortheous has been working as our like forward agent on the moon for years. And then, because there's Nazis on the moon, Sam. I don't know if you knew this. They have like a base there. It was in that documentary, Wolfenstein. Anyway, that's where Mecha Hitler is, obviously. And then we're going to take Mars from Elon Musk, because by that point, Sam, the bots that took the Snake Men and the Lizard Men out have going to revolted against humans, and so we're gonna have to go to effect and write white media.
Well, wait, though, Max.
Like the Last Jedi or some shit.
I heard that Elon is a Nazi because he
exactly. Who's saying them fighting time on the?
Oh my God.
That's right. I told you it was the bots. All along.
Our AI has another AI, Elon Musk. So.
That's right. No, he's not an AI yet. He just has autism. Autism intelligence. He has. That's the AI intelligence.
Oh.
He cheated. It's not cheating to have somebody co-pilot, but it's against the terms of service. Why the fuck are you cheating at video games, Elon Musk? Tell you what, cheat at video games if you want, but maybe don't, so you don't look like an asshole.
Well, look, if he has that explains intelligence.
That's true. I've been looking, Sam. You know what's funny about the Grok thing? It describes you is I checked it again on my profile, and it said that I talk frequently about the negative effects of a transition from eugenics to dysgenics. And I was like, Grok been following me a long fucking time, bro, to pull that out. It's true. I talk about like the welfare state and other things as being dysgenic, right? And dysgenic being that, for anybody that doesn't understand, eugenics is what like the Nazis were doing, where they wanted to make like genetic supermen, right? Dysgenics is when you encourage behavior that like gets the worst kind of people, dummies, criminals, right? When they have kids and they're raised up in a certain way that you get more dummies and criminals. You see, it's like idiocracy. The movie.
Yeah.
We are definitely moving toward dysgenics, but it was weird of me that weird to me rather that Grok picked up on that, because I don't think I've ever said that on Twitter, Sam. I'm pretty sure I put that, although it might be on me picking up tweeting Kurt Doolittle stuff. I don't know.
Probably. Speaking of Grok being overly autistic, it has to say about me this week.
Oh yeah, make it a weekly segment. Diving into dark thrillers.
Sam Whitfield, independent author, host of Whitfield, and a Rush Limbaugh appreciator.
Rush Limbaugh Appreciator is a pretty good descriptor of you, Sam.
Yes. Diving deep into AI, politics, and politics, culture. Gaming. Sam's been diving into dark.
Sorry, Sam. Never mind. Go on.
Sam's been diving into dark
I'm
thrillers.
sorry. God damn it. Poontang as
well,
I can't help myself. It's such an easy. Sam's been diving into, I mean, pussy.
Well,
go on, Sam.
Well, yes, that believe me, that's one of the things I want to dive into. That's for sure.
Ladies,
Sam's diving into dark thrillers and Poontang, hosting insightful World War I history chats and stirring political discussions. Well, Grok, that last part, that's been my entire career. Sam's been celebrated for his interviews and show contributions by that fake guy Dan, Max Sand and author.
man, I guess. And
then
we'll be in good there. Company.
And then and then the quote that Grok pulled for me, I don't even really know. I don't remember tweeting this. The Redfield Christmas Eve cake, I guess.
Random ass, but you know what? I like it as a quote of you. I liked the other one about it being a coincidence that the James Bond film or whatever came out one day after you were born or something. Because it was the most Sam thing I've ever heard in my fucking life.
Yes.
I like that one. You should do mine next and maybe Mort's as well. Do this every week different than it was last week. It's complete.
Oh yeah. By the way,
click on my name.
By the way, Max. I don't know if you know this, but Rumble crashed our stream last week with Evan. I'm not joking. Our stream with Evan was so epic that Rumble was down for like an hour after the podcast, and then Rumble Studio was down for like 6 hours after.
Yeah, I'm sure it had nothing to do with it being like election night. It was totally how epic our show.
Well, listen.
I'm gonna go with that.
Well, listen,
it's
Max,
on the X profile summary.
Max, we had Evan on.
I know, it was great. It was the first time too.
So
I went on their show before.
Max Sand, the equal opportunity offender, is a co-host of the Whitfield Report, where he's known for making fun of into historical discussions.
That's true.
Sharp wit and love. Using his sharp commentary.
Sharp wit, huh, Grok?
So far. True.
Suck my dick a little harder. No. Sam went. My thing on Grok was just too epic. And it made Sam go disappear.
I'm back. Well, I was going to say that apparently Rumble Studio, apparently it didn't get fixed.
Great job, as always.
Perfect timing. Okay. So did you actually like catch anything I read on your profile or no?
The first of the paragraphs, and I was making fun of it, saying I have a sharp wit. Suck my dick a little harder, why don't you, Grok?
Well, yeah, listen, it knows you're mocking it, so like it's gotta like
it's like I can't figure his jokes out, so he must have a really sharp wit.
Okay, let's see here.
You know, the funny part is me fucking with it is training it too. You know, great. That's
yeah. No, what? So yeah,
making fun of boomers because of the secret agent man. historical discussions, I'm guessing it was probably like some of the Thanksgiving related stuff because I went into depths on that, or American history generally. So he's not wrong. Sharp
Right.
wit and love of edgy commentary. Well, I'm not sure what that means. It's good. That's where you got cut off.
Yeah. Blame Max Sand has been fans following a podcast episode critiquing video game and discussing the decline of a beloved game series. I wonder which one in particular it's referring to.
Well, the podcast episode was yours.
Yeah.
Video game DRM. It was me and Batman, who's a friend of the show, been on the show before.
Yeah.
Talking about DRM being shitty and decline of a beloved game is Dragon Age. Except I didn't really say that. I said this is what I stand by this, Sam. Dragon Age, people like act like the series died now or something. Dragon Age has been kind of dog shit since after the first game because nothing in Dragon Age 2, 3, and 4 has anything to do with Dragon Age 1. Has almost like they took like random D&D adventure modules and smashed them together and call it a franchise. It really carry over one thing to another, in my opinion.
Yeah. The community enjoys Blame Max Sand's engaging presence on shows, with that fake guy Dan thanking him for a great show, and Sam and at @SMD_NGC frequently mentioning his contributions to the field discussions, all of which is true. This quote is great. I got a top 10 list ready and everything.
Yeah, I did too.
Now, see, that quote is good.
Oh man, we should do more. Even though he went back to the moon.
Yeah.
More getting into antics, so his would be fun.
I agree. Let's see.
By the way, you have to pay the fucking premium fee to even see. Like if somebody check mark, they don't have this shit. It doesn't apparently have it, which is lame. Because honestly, Sam, I think it should be for everybody's profile. Because think about it, it's to at a glance, no kind of ways about somebody.
I agree. Well, see, I can profile. He doesn't have some or more premium.
Yes, he does. Pretty sure he does. I'm pretty sure.
No, he doesn't.
I thought he did.
I'm not seeing one.
Okay, well, I stand corrected. I'm gonna have to. They want to look at some other people because look at theirs.
Yeah. Mortheous is a co-host of the Whitfield Report and Bits and Bones, diving deep into political discussions and showcasing a love for gaming and wholesome content. He's known for sharp critique figures and political, often hot.
Motherfuckers, Grok writes a book about him, huh?
Often hiding inconsistencies in political action with a humorous twist.
That's all very true.
I noticed that Grok is specifically omitting the Krasstein by name here, so that's interesting.
Usually does if the interaction is negative.
Yeah, well, because I was gonna say this that entire first sharp critique that's
oh my god, Sam, this is too good. Can I read this because this is fucking dude,
yes.
This makes him, and they're omitting the fact that he's crippled too, right? This makes him sound like a saint. Shout out more. I know you dropped out. You probably having problems with your thing or whatever. But I hope you hear this because this is fucking great, and I want to read this as professionally as I can because my god. Mortheous is a co-host of the Whitfield Report and Bits and Bones, diving deep into political discussions and showcasing a love for gaming and wholesome content. He's known for his sharp critiques on political figures and policies, often highlighting inconsistencies in political actions with a humorous twist. His background includes a keen interest in wrestling and gaming, where he engages with a community that appreciates his blend of entertainment and political commentary. Mortheous believes in calling out his hypocrisy, especially in politics, and supports the idea that elder pets deserve homes too, reflecting a compassionate side to his online persona. Lay it on a little thicker, bro. Brock thinks Mort is a saint. From Grok. You didn't even get that treat.
No.
I'll get the rest too because it's too good. Mortheous has been diving into political debates, calling out perceived hypocrisy in gaming and politics, and sharing some playful banter. Mortheous is frequently mentioned in community shoutouts and podcast episodes, with Sam Whitfield often highlighting their contributions to the Whitfield Report discussions. And then the quote, "Eat the hashtag community note, bitch," with a middle finger. All that nice shit it says about him. And the quote is, "Eat the hashtag
Middle
community
finger.
note, bitch." I love more. Did I mention like he is the third best chair we could possibly have?
More comes across as like more innocent and wholesome than I do.
I know. No, Gronk noticed this because it made a fool of you just now.
I know is hard to do.
And then more posting that after that description, we need to screenshot because it's different. This was beautiful, different all the time, but with that quote, it's like the greatest thing I think we could ever fucking amazing. 10 out of 10. Mortheous is indispensable. And since it's shouted out Mortheous and that he's the host of Bits and Bones, you were there this week. It was good shit. They've been on a roll. Next week, I'm sure it'll be something good. So check out Bits and Bones. Subscribe to the channel here on Rumble. They've been doing gaming content. And Mort sits in here with us, but he's a host over there with Tim and Joe. And they talk gaming stuff. Oftentimes, some of us jump on. Good stuff.
Yeah, and remind me after the show to Bits and so.
Yeah.
What for Mortheous, huh?
Well,
Grok.
I don't know. Like for me and you, I'd say that, but I feel like Mortheous deserved that because he doesn't engage on Twitter such a nice way. Time, man. He really does.
Yeah. He.
You actually have to piss him off, and the Krasen scenes just find a way. And so does Dark Side Phil, but he's been trying to.
Yeah. Well, I mean. Yeah. Well, like DSP is more to more as Murph is to me, right? Like I don't think that like I think that more just finds like DSP like well and stuff are kind of retarded, so which are both true, by the way.
Yeah. So. You know, there's so many loca. That's the thing, is there's so many people that act stupid on the internet. That's why we don't cover that kind of stuff here. Like, look at all the news we're covering, or we're just shooting the shit, having fun. You don't need to. People cover a lot of the same. You know, Sam, the top 10 list has been fun. And you know what's fun about it? Since this is the part of the show where less people watch, so the smart people are watching now anyway. And they won't. The people that see the clip is the clip, right? That's the point of the top 10 list. But it's really funny to me. Sam. It's really funny to me that people are acting as if it's fresh content idea, because I'm literally ripping off David Letterman. which you knew right away because you did your own last week, and I was like, well, fuck, it's his birthday. Let him do a top 10 list since I'm jacking it. I said, never mind.
Well, that's what she said.
But yeah, man, like it's funny because like younger people nowadays, they don't know a lot of like styles of humor.
Well, the other thing too is like
steal from people.
The other thing though too is like what's funny is someone said that my show was like a fusion of like Rush Limbaugh and David Letterman. You said it's more of a Rush Limbaugh and Johnny Carson. But the thing that a lot of people forget is that like Rush had a late night show, and I've actually been watching Rush's late night show. Minus it being on TV, I feel like that's kind of the format of this.
Like I told you, that was the one
show.
That was he did that specifically when Howard Stern got a TV show. So he had his like raw, more edgy late night show right next to Howard Stern. They made you a half hour. It was like an hour and a half hour of Rush.
Right, yeah.
And it wasn't, see, for Stern, they would just take bits that he did on the radio that week. But like you were saying, Rush did his own material where he was a little more, he didn't really swear much, just generally. But like he would be a little more button pushy on those episodes than he would on his normal weekly broadcast.
Yeah, because I think people I don't know if people, I didn't even know this until recently, but like on the radio stations, there actually used to be like warnings that like, you know, the Rush show does not necessarily reflect the opinions of this, you know, radio station. So there were more considered like even local hosts, and then kind of.
But at the same time, they wanted him because it made so much money on their station.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they all want him on their station because he's the number one talk guy. He invented talk radio. Anybody say like he didn't invent it in the sense that he was the first, but he was the first person to make it a thing. And that doesn't just mean conservative. People will say, "Oh, he's the conservative." There was no liberal talk radio. So yeah, it started with Rush. Radio back in the day was mostly for music, news, local weather. Nobody had like a show like his.
So I've heard some people say that like Neil Bortz was like I like Neil Bortz, but he didn't really
it's less commentary though than what Rush was political doing. Rush was very like overt. I mean, I'd like to say Don Imus, but like he's less political too. People remember his Imus was a comedy political takes, but Don Imus was more of a Howard Stern in that respect than he was a Rush Limbaugh, just because he leaned more on the conservative side, you know? And I think that's funny is like people say like, oh, well, where was the right wing counterpart to Howard Stern? Well, Don Imus, and he's the first zero patient of cancel culture, Sam.
Yes.
Nappy-headed hose. Let us never nappy-headed hose. Hey, we can say that here, Sam. Did you see that Rutgers basketball game, Sam? It looked like the dumb white bitches versus the nappy-headed hose. That joke cost that man a 50-year career.
Really? That's like
that got him canceled. Joke, that's the word, Sam.
Wow.
Except I changed his co-host name to Sam. Other than that, it's the same.
That's
nappy-headed hose. They said he was a racist for saying it, even though he called the dumb white bitches like dumb Barbie blonde bitches or something. He was making fun of both teams. You can't do that because one of the teams was black. This was what, 2006, 2007, I want to say. That Don Imus was the first person, the first victim of cancel culture, and man, was one of my favorites. Like I said, I listened to Rush, but there was a time There was a time when it was Don Imus, Rush, Alex Jones. That's my radio through my workday. Like,
Yeah.
Because I didn't like Stern as much. I like Don Imus. He's
right. I remember when I first started listening to when I first discovered Alex Jones, this was like in 2009 or so. Do you remember when he used Charlie Sheen on as like a
Tiger's Blood, man, and all that stuff? That was great. I don't know, like Charlie Sheen, that they're like with that whole Tiger's Blood phase of his life, it feels precursor to the same energy as MAGA.
Well, that feels like
that's why he seemed so weird at the time, because society was full on woke mode, and he was like, "I'm riding the Tiger's Blood, baby." And it was they weren't ready for it, man. I'm ready for it, Sam.
That was like MAGA. That was also
I got Tiger's Blood and the fucking dragon dick.
That was like pre MAGA, and also pre like Sam Hyde, / Pod Awful type humor. So
long time. Pod Awful been around a long.
Yeah. Maybe pre Pod Awful.
Sam Hyde too.
But
that's the thing, is like there's this subset of humor that it's almost, I feel like, and we kind of fall into this, both of us, Sam, not just me, but you too, where it's kind of gone out of fashion, but it's still funny as fuck. And I feel like it's coming back. You know? Pod Awful, shout out, he's doing great. I don't like to, give away what's behind the pizza fund too much, but let me say, the Mac episode had both me and Melanie in stitches one, and fuck Melanie Mac, dude. That is a one-piece bikini that she's flipping out about. My wife is like, "Are you kidding? It's a one piece."
Oh, I know. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that one particularly yet. I'll
tell you this: if Melanie Mac paid the fucking $12 to get behind the pizza fund, Sam, and to see that episode, she would be furious with what was said, and I hope she does, because I don't want to give it away what all the stuff that was said, but it was really funny. Pod Awful then killing it.
I just started. I did watch the Ethan, Ralph, and Milo episode that you recommended. Man, that was interesting. Also, I watched you is like VR.
He's talking to children. Good idea, Mersh. Yeah. So, no, this style of humor, like I'm saying, it's kind of like this irreverent millennial humor. I feel we've been forced to the wayside to deal with like Zoomer humor, right? Millennial humor is more snarky. It's more like long term. It's more sarcastic. It's more irreverent, right? Zoomer humor, if there is any, it's either on the one side, it's like, haha, aren't those guys Nazis? And then on the other side, it's making fun of all the tranny stuff, which fair enough. That's also arguing. But guys, Zoomers feel like they're super base for discovering, like making fun of trannies and stuff. Like, the thing is, guys, they didn't used to run our country because we bullied them. You guys, roller, to beat them up. Woo, Sam.
Yeah.
Problem solved. Oh, there's a man in the ladies' room. Well, gentlemen, why don't we take this gentleman out of the ladies' room? Hmm?
Yeah.
Have you ever kicked a creep? No, they wouldn't ask you to do the kicking, right? But like, I've kicked a creep out of a ladies, but they're like, "Oh my God, there's a guy here," and the closest guy in here, so I'm obligated, right? And I'm obligated.
Yeah.
And so you just go in and you either try and tack him out of there, or you fucking drag him out of there.
Well, at the very least, like I remember an era where, like, at the very least, you would ask, "Sir, like, are you like, are you hurt? Or, is
No,
there like,
Sam, a couple years. See, this is the thing, is you're in the Zoomer thing too a little bit, like the mindset. No, a couple years ago, if there was a man of any variety, only two genders, and so now I'm telling you, they were born a man, okay?
right.
And it used to be that there was two genders, so I understand why you're confused, Sam. If there's a man in the ladies' room, you will hear this shriek. Ah! Creep! Rape!
Yeah,
You understand?
Yeah.
And then you go in, and it doesn't matter if they're wearing a dress and lipstick, and it doesn't matter if they're wearing jeans and a t-shirt. You remove the man based on the ladies' common sense.
Yeah,
because it makes the ladies feel unsafe, Sam. And I don't know, I feel part of my duty as a man is to make sure if I can help make the ladies feel safe, I should probably do so, because they don't need to be targeted so in such a way. And if there's a man in the bathroom, I feel that he's targeting them.
Yeah, probably because he is.
If you have the equipment for the urinals, I don't care what you call yourself.
Agreed.
And guess what? Even if you get the surgery, and if you go in the ladies' room and a real lady, now that there's two genders again, Sam, screams and doesn't want you in there, you kind of just have to accept that a guy like me might say, "Come on, buddy, let's get out of it."
Yeah. And now,
wow, it threw me out.
Yeah,
Rumble threw me out.
Rumble tried canceling your,
Look, there's two genders now. It's the law. All you lawbreakers out there that think you're another gender, I have news for you.
Yeah.
And if you think you're one and that you think you're the other, that too. I'm sorry, that's over. See, this, Sam. Young people are like, put up with it. Yeah, if you don't put up with it, we're gonna cancel you. And we were like, I want my fucking job. This is the millennial and Gen X. Anyone, millennial or Gen X, Zoomers, anybody want to fucking say something about it in the comments, by all means. But I'm telling you, that's what we were thinking. Is like, oh, why are you letting these people? Oh, we don't really fucking give a fuck about this pronoun shit. It's so stupid anyway. If we're talking about use pronouns to somebody else anyway.
Right, yeah.
We know what pronouns are. We just think you making us want to use yours is stupid. But we don't want to get fired. And in some countries, we don't get it. So we're just like, because we used to be fine with you faggots. Damn it. Every week now. Every week. We used to be fine with gay people, Sam. We used to be fine. I had gay friends, right? It wasn't a deal. Nobody fucking cared that you were gay, as long as you, didn't be gross in public, right? Which, frankly, I hold that standard for straight people too. If you're like making out, fucking in public, you're kind of gross too. Doesn't matter. B, right? You keep your celebration stuff away from the fucking kids, and you just don't be creepy around kids, and you keep it to yourself. Nobody cares who you're fucking. Nobody.
Well, like even when I was a kid, like now you see all these like videos of, like people like they're doing like their whole like coming out story, right? But like when I was a teenager, it was like if your friend came out as gay, it was like Bill would just say, "Hey man," and it would be like, "I'm gay." It would be like, okay.
That's again a difference that 10 years makes, Sam, or 11 or whatever. Is one of my friends came out as gay. I told you I had gay friends. As gay. None of them came out fucking gay. Why the fuck? Dude, all we did was talk about how gay the fuckers were all the time. Oh, that's just pretty gay. Oh, you looked at him. Oh, that's fucking gay.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys want to fuck. If you came out as gay, like we all knew the motherfucker was gay. We knew he had a boyfriend. He just didn't need to say it. What is this coming out? That's like a ritual. That's like some occult shit in my mind. I have to tell sexually what I'm into.
No, I agree with you completely.
Yeah, it's fucking weird, man. And that goes for all you coomers too. I take your side on the porn in your video games. Melanie Mac is a dumb bitch. You can fucking clip that. I don't care. She is. She's what? 20 pounds with no nose.
She doesn't have any tits either.
She looks like an impressionist, like painting. Only use like single lines to draw a person. That's what she looks like in real life, because she's like she's like ethereal, like she's not really there, like she has no corporeal form. Anyway, that dumb bitch is wrong. You guys should have access to porn. What you shouldn't do, tell me what the porn you're watching is. You should feel ashamed of else.
Agreed.
Well, that includes sharing pictures of wrestlers' asses, Sam. Whether they be of the male or female variety. You are expressing, you know what you're doing when you do that, Sam? You don't do that anymore, so I should go easy on you. I should give you a pass. But what you're doing when you do that, Sam, is you're saying, hey, this gets my guys. Big hard. Check it out. Isn't that creepy, Sam? Yeah. Why do you do that then?
Well, yeah.
Stop doing that. Problem solved. That goes for gay. That goes for straight. That goes for anybody. I don't know, unless you are my actual wife. She's upstairs. What you're into in bed. Why are you telling me this? Why are you sharing it with the world? Isn't that kind of fucking weird?
That's a good.
Right. Bring back shame. We need shame.
I don't necessarily. I kind of the same way to a certain extent.
Well, we're all sinners, Sam.
I don't mind. Well, I don't mind people like sharing religious beliefs either. On a bit thick. But some people like on social
media. Some people learned about Jesus 2 weeks ago and decided that they were a goth girl. I just think, random person I might be talking about. They found Jesus like last month, or like literally very short time frame where they started talking about how Jesus-y they are. Everybody knows Joe out. Let's shout out to Joe. Joe knows what I mean. People that they find Jesus and they think they're the goddamn expert on the Bible all of a sudden. But here's the thing: is she's invoking Catholic stuff, and the shame is supposed to be personal. It's you shouldn't.
I'm not talking to you because you don't get up in people's face about.
Yeah, no. Joe's fine. He knows exactly the type of people we're talking about. But one, there's two things about these people. Two things you got to be aware of. One is it's like when people take the red pill stuff too, and they go crazy. Like Elon Musk, he became a Republican like 3 months ago, and now he's hailing Hitler. Like that happens, right? It's the same kind of mentality where the religious-y person, they're not religious, they were an awful fucking sinner, and then they convert, right? And then they want to tell all the people that have been there for 4 years who didn't do all that shit how they need to step it up.
My favorite is, and obviously you're not on Instagram, so you don't see this, Max. But I've literally seen like, and at first I thought it was a joke, but I saw a Ethan unironically like quoting the Bible, but then also she had like a giant cross between her between her cleavage, and like I think that like that kind of judgment is a little silly to me. But on the one hand, right, it's like, yeah, of course there are Jesus thoughts out there. It's not really for you to judge if they got their tits out with a cross or whatever, whatever. That's kind of minor. But what Melanie Mag is doing is she's now saying, I want games to be changed to suit my preferences as a quote unquote Christian who basically found this out last week.
And the other thing is, Sam, is that she's citing Catholic. Let me tell you something, Melody Mac, about Catholicism. Is like, we understand that we're sinners, and there's two things in that: is humility and shame, self-sacrifice. Okay, you're supposed to punish your fucking self. They're not supposed to be nagged at by some bitch with no nose on the internet into the game doesn't exist anymore. They're supposed to refuse the temptation, whether if that game exists, and if it is a sin to engage in this video game, if that is actually a sin that will tempt your heart down the path of temptation into ruination and damnation, is that you should get right in what you should Jesus yourself. What it isn't destroy the fucking, it's improve game yourself.
Right. Joe brings up a good point.
Sorry, yeah, Russell Brand is one that's guilty. Russell Brand has absolutely gone super hard with the Jesus-y stuff since he converted. Good example.
Yeah, literally a month ago too. So, literally.
Yeah. But Melody Mac, I think she was a Christian before, but she was also a pagan at one point. She said she was an Indian. Now she's a goth chick, right? She had that diet where she only ate meat. She's a detention whore. Point. I'm not even gonna fucking sugarcoat it. The girl is nearly like she's trying to find the thought that she works as to get the most money. She's putting on her thought uniform, and the Indian one didn't work, so then she's a pagan, and then she's a Christian, and girls like that, dude. First of all, you ain't about to wife her up. She way too old to be an e-girl.
Well, that's what I was gonna say, dude. She's old. She's only like a year younger than you.
And pro tip, e-girls, you don't want one. I said this before about wrestling chicks. E-girls, same thing. Have diseases. They're definitely gonna have mental issues.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Daddy issues or some shit. E-girl, always. It's a red flag. Just the fact that she is an e-girl, let alone, and she doesn't have to do no cam shit. I'm not saying, oh, secretly she's probably doing porn. Nah, I'm just saying that she probably a little tapped. Most women are, Sam.
Yeah.
You knew this. This is why I called for, I'm serious. I think Trump could make some real headway with this. Number 8 on my list was no more than 6 hours a day. You see?
Yeah.
I figured that's a quarter of the day. So, and they sleep about a quarter of the day, right? And so that gives them about half the day where they can be quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're allowed to make noises, but that's not talk.
Well, I mean,
nobody want to hear that. You know what I mean? She's not even here. I'm begging to get something thrown at me. She's gonna sense it. It's like, oh, my husband is making jokes about women again. She's gonna come running downstairs. I felt a disturbance. And just throw something.
She did yell up your ass. Say so.
Good, and that is why you want this order. It's a good, clearly. And there's a limitation. I could reword it. Could put a hard word count maybe limit on women. You know, keep a little ticker on them so that when they said too many words, they're just not allowed anymore. Maybe a little muzzle is attached to it that goes.
Although, I think.
Are we canceled yet tonight, Sam?
No,
gone too far?
We're on Rumble.
Damn, because canceled can be good grifter with apparently.
It. Well, yeah, I mean, apparently.
Melanie Mac, she got mad too. Did you see this? She got mad because now people are demanding that she says the word faggot all the time because she said it one time to be an edgy girl, and now she's like, I can't.
Wait, she's getting.
I literally said, Sam, like when we were talking about this, that I say that word every day, and I try not to say it on the show. She's like, I can't say it every day.
Wait, she's mad about that now. No, you don't. you don't get to grift off of that, and then
Right. If
like,
you want to be the F slur thought, then you better start dropping them. And you know what? You better drop some N-bombs while you're at it, Melanie Mac, or you might not be relevant. God, it's pathetic. You know, it's funny because like Grok is saying I flirt with edgy whatever, and I'm actually not nowhere near as edgy as people. It's just that I try to make people think about my joke for a second.
yeah,
It would be really easy to just be, you could be the slur girl. I love you. Fortune.
well, this might seem, you know
That's
what,
it,
like,
Sam.
well,
I'm gonna become a woman.
no,
Oh, damn it, Trump! You passed an executive order. Now I can never be an e-thought. There's only 2 genders, Sam. My whole scheme is ruined. I was gonna become a pretty girl, you see, because that's what happens when you transition, right, Sam? You just become a pretty girl. And then I was gonna say all the slurs, and that would be my thing. Is look, she said a slur. But the problem is I'm a dude, and there's all those slurs to the point that there's no value in that.
yeah,
Right. But there's like no girls willing to go publicly saying all these slurs. And so she tapped into this little tiny niche market. If she wants to get away from, well, too bad, girly. And slur girl. You are the. So think of some more slurs.
you know what, I would actually respect her if she actually.
Don't lie, Sam. You'd never respect. Go ahead.
Well, no, I would respect her more if she were like an actual you know, Kim thought that wanted attention as opposed to a thought who isn't a thought but kind of is, right? Like she goes on this whole thing at like, you know, porn or like, you know, but she's vying for the same male attention as,
and she's wearing almost no clothing while she's doing it, dressed in a unnaturally dyed hair, all them tattoos, the fucking cheap ass tribal tattoos that she get. Man, she is so low class. I should stop because she'll hear this and start going fucking mental on us. But like, yeah, she is absolutely right in the video where she's saying that, trying to make men horny for her. That's her whole bit. If she wasn't, then why is she showing so much skin?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying I would have. Well, and she's the type of woman I was referring to who,
hold on, like I get you. She's like the GIF where there's like a whole bunch of hot dogs. Is that what you were going for?
Well, that I was also gonna say.
I was going for that for sure.
I was going for that. I was also going to say that she's the type who would like, she's the type of like righteous, you know, one who, you know, criticizes Karina for doing Playboy, but she
exactly. That's what I'm saying, Sam. Like less than that. The skin she flipped out about initially in the first Descendant, it's a one-piece white bathing suit that covers fully the breasts, by the way, with a thong. Like the back is like a thong. Everything, it's a one piece. Have you ever seen a woman in a one piece bikini at a beach in public in front of children?
All the time and
a two-piece bikini is not a big deal either, Melanie Mac. Why don't you go fucking suck another dick? Yeah, you're an aging fucking prostitute trying to tell people that they can't have any joy in their life. Look, man, I'm not saying what the Coomers are doing is good for them, but you don't save their soul by wagging your finger in their face while you're also half fucking naked yourself.
Yeah.
Men will find Jesus on their own, and I'll tell you this. You know who they won't find it through? We heard this from the Timothy quote that my father-in-law left for me, right? Is that you shouldn't be listening to women preach.
Yeah.
So, the Bible, Melanie, as a woman preaching, the Bible probably should shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
The Bible says. Then we'll seek counsel.
Yes. I would agree with
or
that.
seek refuge in the Lord, one or the other. That's like what you're not supposed to listen to some broad half naked on the internet tell you that you shouldn't. A one-piece bikini, Sam. Good Lord.
Yeah.
And yeah, you point out, yes, a friend of the show is a former playmate. What does that mean? What did Melanie Max say about her? I think she's a amazing woman. If you listen to the interview you did with her, like she's got so much in her life that she did Playboy as she did. Was it 1993?
92. Yeah.
92. Okay, yeah, she did nude pictures one time. Is that the end of the world, Melanie Mack? Or are you going to condemn her? Do you even understand? Do you even understand on fucking religion, repentance, redemption, and penance?
No.
No. And also, you don't understand that you're standing there half naked, telling men they shouldn't look at half naked women. You dumb bitch. Is there anything else on Melanie Mack? I think. Keep going before I. My wife said she doesn't have a nose.
I already said she doesn't have boobs either. Right?
You're an expert on that kind of thing.
I am. It's about time. The
Sam Whitfield, boob expert. I like it. She said, well, he is eye level.
See, Maxine understands. So, but yeah, no. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, I think Trump should EO. Stop wearing goth stuff.
Oh no, she's a goth chick. Just started dressing in black. Like, it's funny. We talked about this a little bit, me and my wife. Literally the person, the image that she's trying to steal is a Christian goth girl, which is so specific to my wife and like a very other like subset of even women who are goth, who aren't like leftist and wicked and all that. Like a Christian steal goth girl. She's wearing it as a uniform now, huh?
Yeah, but wife is going around like pleasing other guys.
Then she's also been a Christian whole life, not 6 months or whatever.
Right.
Since high school.
Unlike Melanie Mack, you and your wife have a child.
Her prom dress was black. I know that because it was also her wedding dress. Kind of tell my wife that's goth just alone.
Based. I love how I just said the meanest thing, and you just brushed and over it.
I know.
Like I said, Melanie Mack might not want to be lecturing people when you yourself don't have.
Well, I try not to. Maybe she's got some problem, okay, and I can sympathize with that. If she doesn't, if she's telling people to have children and she's the age she is, which is like ancient in e-girl years, right? And she doesn't have a problem preventing her from having children, like a physical problem, then she should shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I should rephrase. If she can't have children, she can't have that. If she like actually can't, that's one thing. But like even so, for her to like lecture others about it, that's what I have a problem with. Ultimately,
I have a problem with, like I said, women preaching. Bible's pretty clear. Women shouldn't be preaching at men like that.
Yeah.
So if you're a real Christian, what do you make of that, Melanie? Man, answer me that. Why are you preaching at men when? Joe might even know the exact chapter and verse. I'd have to grab my Bible because it's written in there. But it's Timothy. I know it's Timothy. I think it's like a Timothy 11. if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, it says that women shouldn't be preaching at men, especially, and that's why they shouldn't serve as priests within the church. And what is she doing except half-nakedly preaching at men? Oh God, you shouldn't look at wearing literally less clothing than the fucking thing she's mad at.
Right?
And then Razor Fist took her side, and I don't even really want to get deep on that, but man, what a stupid position to take.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know my story. He blocked me because I made a joke. So,
well, he has been known to chase pussy into fucking problems for himself. So
yeah,
that's probably what's
and that's
here.
that's the joke I made because he.
And it's still true.
The joke I made was a very specific one, but like essentially he was the one who was like no gooning, gentlemen. Well, he himself was gooning, and I called him out on it, not even like harshly, and the next thing I know, blocked. So,
well, how
Joe says he. The Bible verse just as he can't remember.
Yeah, he knows it's there though, and yeah, but like, yeah, don't preach at men about this kind of thing. Again, the temptation of men towards that is something he should be dealing with. That kind of counsel with other men. That should be one.
Right.
Two, people have a right to free expression, and yes, falls under that, but we're not even in her case. We're not even talking about porn. She's talking about a one-piece bathing, which is acceptable. Beach.
Well, and that's something that
Florida women were like, to the beach, Sam. You're in Florida. Cut thong bikinis and shit.
Oh yeah,
and that's acceptable at the beach.
Yeah, Melanie Mac would like flip out. Saw like the beaches here. So
the trick is, my wife and I were even talking about this the other night when we talked about our gathering experience. Here's the thing, Sam. There is not in 360 degrees any direction seeing tits. Look without exposed tits.
Right. Oh my God.
You know what the trick is? Is not to be a creepy obsessed fucking coomer, fucking lust. They can't help themselves. And yeah, you're gonna look and it's just like, yeah, okay, that's just tits. I feel like these guys sometimes have never touched one. Yes, they're great. I love titties. Okay, guys? But like you could just see them without being a creep.
That's getting clipped, by the way. Max
titties are the best. Tell me you don't love titties.
Oh, I do. That's the thing, is people are like, he actually said the thing. We can't believe he said it. Agree. And it's like
Ways
wow.
to appreciate. There's a time and a place.
Yeah, well, clearly there's a time and.
But if you're in a setting like that and you just look and you're just like, yeah, whatever. You're just scanning the fucking room, right? Yeah. I'm not tempted by any of that shit. That's called willpower. Right? That's what you guys gotta learn instead. Like, because it seems to me like guys, they're like, oh my God, it's an anime girl. Fat. Like, they can't last 30 seconds in the real world. Do you know, like, there's girls out there, right? What do you do when you see them? Do you just start fapping? You start beating off and pump? No. Right? Even so, sometimes the girls maybe wear not enough clothing. You're paid. Right? So what? You just keep it in.
To be fair, then I will say,
keep that shit to yourself. That we already discussed that.
Well, to be fair though, too, ladies, don't be like trying to like bounce up and down.
No, that's on you, Sam. That's on you.
No.
Gravity is not their fault, Sam.
Okay, I'm not saying if they're just casually walking around.
More than anything, they can't help it.
Really, even if they're like,
No, see, you're just attracted to the way women walk, Sam. That's what it is. It's a heterosexual male thing. Don't worry about it. They're not trying to sashay and bounce their tits. That just happens. That's how women walk, and you're attracted to it as a man.
We don't like it when that happens.
Granted, all I'm saying is that there are someone who will do that. I'm speaking.
You that like to
Dude.
stare.
She's giving you a show. You say thank you and move along.
Yes, and I do.
What you don't do, gentlemen, what you is you don't bury your face in and go. Brrr. It's a pro tip.
Only sometimes. So anyway, wow, and it's still not canceled yet. And it's been
Not yet. Ed's never closer. See, I got canceled on our show the other night. I was talking about how soy boys, they have long necks. You could really just choke the shit out of, you know what I mean? She was like, we're done. That's enough. Jeez.
Well, like I said,
it made me sound like a serial killer, which it would be fair if I had strangled multiple people to death.
Well, Maxine, I don't know if you heard this, but friend of the show, John Guarnieri, during his drunk IG live stream, basically said that checking his audience wasn't our stuff, that they were all pussies, and so they came over and like watched the sandwich makers, at least some of them.
That's what we pretty large audience for way long. That's why we kept going. There was still people. I was talking about choking people though, and then she decided that was too much. Look, sometimes an annoying ass. It's that all I when they get snippy, Sam.
Well, yeah, I actually agree with you on that, Max.
And then they got that long kind of neck usually, right? The kind of people that go get snippy, and like they got a fucking Adam's apple that kind of juts out, and it's just begging. You know what I mean? Just begging for you to get in there and do a little work. And I'm not trying to kill him. Just, motherfucker, snippy with.
Well, yeah, but like also
scare him a little and just a little oxygen,
Yeah, that's fair. Rumble keeps saying that we have like campaigns to play. Every time I click on it, no campaigns available. Great going, guys. Ad system's working great. Keep it up. But anyway, we're at the 2 hour and 45 mark. Just about. News or any other news? Too many executive orders to.
I am a sandwich.
Count.
I was established. I'm proud. I want to thank the sandwich makers for making me into a sandwich, and I'm sure they'll be cooking up something else this week.
Is Penn back?
She's very pregnant, but presumably.
Well, to be fair, that's it's not the same thing, but like I've been filling in for my friend Jason on his he is a new father and a terrific one, so he's been
huge congrats to him on that, by the way.
He's been taking, well, I don't know this, but his was actually born on my birthday too, so that's cool. But yeah, I mean, I've been filling in for him, and I know that he feels, I know that he misses. I do know that he misses his show, but I mean,
it happens.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm happy to fill in, and honestly, like I think we've had some great. I at least had some great shows over there, and you know, if he'd be willing, I love having you join me. I'd maybe join me. So
Yeah, that could be fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's about all we got this week. Check out Taylor Sanctuary, the long-awaited episode seems to be the title that she put on it, featuring Mort, our bro, who left due to technical difficulties. He left several times during the recording of that episode for the same reason, but they got it done. She got it edited under a pretty heavy crunch, and it's up there for you to enjoy if you like spoopy shit. Talking about paranormal stuff. They talked. They read creepypasta type deals or something. Paranormal stories. And you can check that out now. Back to you, Sam.
Yeah, thanks. Big shout out to, as I mentioned before, to Travis Davis for coming on the podcast on Monday. As I mentioned in the beginning of the program, I'm just about finished with my latest novella, Night of the Vigilante.
Nice.
And I will be officially announcing the date of that when that will come out soon. So in the meantime, all my books are available on Amazon and Audible and all that. So thanks to everyone who continues to work as an author and just the author community in general. So and without further ado, I think we'll close it out for tonight. So and we will catch you on the...
The right to offend is not some pesky little part of freedom of speech that we have to put up with. It is the heart and soul and lungs of freedom of speech. It is the coursing lifeblood of human progress. It is the instigator of liberty and modernity and science and understanding. What a laughing stock today's student leaders are, that they can so casually dismiss the right to be offensive without realizing that their lovely, enlightened lives are the gift of individuals who gave offense. Offensiveness is not just something we have to begrudgingly accept. Offensiveness is the motor of human progress.
Thank you for watching the Whitfield Report live on the Right to Offend Media Network. Make sure to check out Sam's books on Amazon, Audible, and Kindle. You can follow Sam on X at SamW_NGC and the Right to Offend Media Network at RTO Media. Like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends. And until next time, God bless, God save this great nation. God, freedom, legacy, in that order.